Simple Tales presents Sedna, Mistress of the Sea, from Inuit mythology. Long ago, in the frozen lands of the Arctic, there lived a young woman named Sedna. She lived with her father beside the cold northern sea. Many hunters wished to marry her, but Sedna refused them all. Some she found unkind, others she found boastful. Still others simply failed to win her heart. Her father worried about her future, but Sedna remained firm in her decision. One day, a stranger arrived. He wore fine clothing and spoke of a distant island. He promised Sedna a life of comfort. He promised warm furs, plentiful food, and a beautiful home beside the sea. The promises sounded wonderful. Eventually, Sedna agreed to leave with him. Together, they sailed away. But when they reached the stranger's home, Sedna discovered a terrible truth. The man was not what he claimed to be. In many versions of the story, he is revealed to be a powerful bird spirit disguised as a man.
His home was poor and barren. The food was scarce. Cold winds swept constantly across the island. Sedna soon realized she had been deceived. Day after day, she grew more miserable. She longed to return home. Far away, her father eventually heard of her suffering. Filled with regret, he sailed across the sea to rescue her. When Sedna saw him arriving, she ran to embrace him. Together, they quickly departed. For a brief moment, she believed her troubles were over. But the bird spirit discovered their escape. Enraged, he took to the sky. His great wings beat furiously above the sea. Dark clouds gathered. Powerful winds howled across the water. Towering waves rose around the small boat.
The storm grew more violent with every passing moment. The father became terrified. The boat rocked dangerously. Water poured over the sides. Certain they would drown, panic overcame him. In fear, he blamed Sedna for their misfortune. Then, in a moment remembered for generations, he pushed her into the freezing sea. Sedna cried out as the icy water closed around her. Desperately, she reached for the side of the boat. She clung to it, struggling to survive. But her father, consumed by fear, struck her hands to force her away. As her fingers fell into the sea,
something miraculous happened. The first finger became a seal. Another became a walrus. Others became whales. Again and again, life emerged from the waters. The creatures that would one day sustain the Inuit people were born from Sedna's suffering. At last, Sedna sank beneath the waves. Down she descended into the depths of the ocean. Far below the surface, she entered a realm hidden from human eyes,
There she became something greater than before. She became the guardian of the sea animals, the ruler of the underwater world, the powerful spirit now known as Sedna. From that day onward, hunters depended upon her goodwill. When people respected nature, honored their traditions, and behaved properly, Sedna allowed seals, whales, and other animals to flourish.
But when greed, disrespect, or selfishness spread among the people, Sedna withheld the animals from them. The sea would grow empty. Hunger would follow. According to Inuit tradition, shamans would sometimes journey in spirit to Sedna's underwater realm. There they would comb her tangled hair and calm her anger. Only then would balance return between humanity and the sea. And so Sedna remained beneath the Arctic waters, not merely as a spirit of the ocean, but as a reminder that the natural world must be treated with respect. The creatures of the sea were not gifts to be taken for granted. They were part of a sacred relationship between humanity and nature. Those who forget their connection to the natural world may eventually discover how much they depend upon it. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, subscribe, and share Simple Tales. There are many more legends waiting to be told.